Okay, are you guys ready? Let's give it up for G-Eazy! Oh gosh, you're so tall. This is good, right?
Hello.
You can adjust the mic if you want, because they were making announcements.
Yeah, this is the first time a mic has been too tall for me.
Well, it's because you're sitting
I always
down.
get here and it's like, well, yeah.
I'm
What's
Tiffany.
good?
Nice to meet you.
I'm Gerald. Nice to meet you, Tiffany.
Oh, can I call you Gerald?
You can call me Gerald. You can
I
call
can?
me whatever you want to.
I like that. Gerald.
Young Gerald.
Young G. Young G. Easy. All right, so, sorry. I'm a comedian, actually.
Yeah, I am too.
Are you really?
That's my fallback option if rap doesn't work.
So
and
far.
then my third fallback is obviously to be a news anchor and deliver the nightly news.
I saw that in the video.
Yeah.
How's that? How would you like to do that? Seriously, though. What would you do?
You know,
Yeah.
well, in today's daily news, I have to report on a high spike in bitch snatching. It's it's taking the
Wow.
city by storm. What's going on here?
Now back to you, Bob. I'm kidding. Okay, so we have, actually, I will say this is a pretty full house for Studio 93.
Yeah.
In that there's a lot of young ladies that came out to see you. And when I say young, oh, you take your glasses off for that.
Yeah.
That's nice. Sorry. And also a lot of young kids as well. Where would you say your fan base is? Like, is it all over, or do you
Yeah,
have
it's all over.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. Sometimes grandmas will be at my show and they'll be turning up like, woo, hey, run around Sue, whoa.
And you throw the panties back.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about your album. First off, I kind of did I went around the room and said, okay, how do you know G-Eazy? Some people said Spotify, different ways of getting your music. And when I did a little research, I realized that you actually put it out there first on MySpace. So let's talk
come
about
on,
that.
that's the world we live in.
That is.
You know, it's like you have a whole generation of people now that, I mean, when did LimeWire come out and Kazaa and all that?
Right.
I mean, this is retro days, you feel me? But they were the dinosaurs that
Right.
changed the game,
Right.
low key. And ever since LimeWire was was on and popping, and you know, it was like you have a whole generation of kids that never bought music. They're like,
Right.
you know,
They demanded, actually.
yeah.
It's a,
So
it's
you
a
think of
different-
music as
yeah.
something that's for free.
Right.
And it's a choice to go and buy it. So if you go
Right.
and buy a CD, it's because you really support that artist and you want to, you know, help them like do what they do, and it's like a statement.
Right.
Whereas when I was a kid, I would go to Tower Records.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? I was in there.
R.I.P. We had a tower.
Yeah.
Records here.
Did y'all ever have Rasputin or Amoeba?
No.
No, that's a Bay Area
No.
thing. Anyway, I would get off the 51 bus on the way home from school. I'd get off the 51 bus and I'd go into Rasputin, and I would, you know, I would buy CDs and I would listen to albums like over and over again before I could tell you what I thought. Like
Right.
so that's why I've always appreciated the idea of, you know, like an album, like something
Yeah.
cohesive, something, not just a single, not just a, you know, what is this artist really about?
But don't you think
And-
that's a challenge, though, that now people are
Hell
making
yeah.
singles, just a single? It has
Oh,
to
it's
be
the
hot.
hardest thing to do in the world, and nobody has attention span, so it's like,
Right.
you know, what? Oh, Twitter status post. What? Oh, Instagram. Like, oh, what?
Right,
iTunes.
right.
Like, it's like so many things going on at once
once.
that it's hard to get somebody's attention to listen to a whole album. But I with this one, I wanted to do something crazy that would just.
So how did you approach it? Because I listened to it from the beginning to the end.
You did.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome.
You
Old
gave me
school.
like an
That's what you
hour.
do.
That's
Yeah.
a big deal. I appreciate that.
No, in there's an interlude in there. Is that your mom? Who's?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's mom's.
nice.
Yeah.
Has anyone listened to that? Just say yes. Say thank you. That means go get it. Go get it.
Yeah, my mom's is a G. She's the homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I smoke with her all the time.
And he's not lying. No,
And we just, you know, I mean, she's like a real big supporter because she's an artist
yeah.
and she's a weirdo. And
Okay.
she came from a background of like, you know, what, you want to be an artist? What? Like, and she, you know, ended up teaching.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, it's like, I don't know. So when she saw that in me when I was young, like, you know, he wants to do music, she saw it as like, oh, it's, you know, it's keeping him out of trouble, and
Right.
it's something creative, and she just pushed me to you know,
That's
to go
actually
hard
good.
and chase a dream.
Right.
And you know, it's like,
Instead of fighting it, because a lot of people,
Yeah.
don't do that. You're not going to get paid doing that. But
right, and
instead,
then,
she
yeah,
encouraged
yeah.
it.
Nah, she encouraged it, and the thing about anything creative is it's hard. It's like, you know, I've been doing this for about 10 years.
Yeah, and
I
that's
started
what
when I
people
was, like,
don't know.
Yeah, and that was 10 years of being hella broke. Hella broke. And 10 years of just investing everything I had back into it. So I was
Okay.
losing money. I wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anybody else would have been like, this is foolish. Go, you know, but she was like, life is short, and
Yeah.
if you find what you're passionate about, what you like to do, then you're lucky. Because everybody doesn't
Yeah.
just find that.
Right.
And everybody who finds it doesn't find a way to do it for a living. And she just pushed me to go hard. So, you know.
So talk about school, because you decided to go to college. A lot of people, rappers, don't do that.
Yeah, I
but
didn't
you're
wanna go.
not just that. So let's talk
I
about
hated school. I still hate school.
But you saw the importance of going.
Yeah, well, it was like, I put it this way. I am a master at doing just enough to get by in school. Like,
Okay.
I graduated high school with a 1.9.
Do not, hold on a second.
Yeah, don't-
Kids, do not listen to that.
And I just wanted to stay in the Bay and just be a little hyphy rapper
Yeah.
and try to get on. And she was like, nah.
Right.
She was like, nah, you got to go to school. And she pushed me to at least apply.
Okay.
And there was a school in New Orleans with a music business program. And I was like, all right, cool, I guess I can mess
Yeah.
with that. And this was right after Katrina, and I think their doors were open. They were like, come to the city of New Orleans, and they gave me a scholarship. I had went out there to meet the head of the program,
Okay.
because you had to do an interview to get into this school. And he was just like, yo, this kid's got it. Like, it's rare I see a kid as young as this with an entrepreneurial spirit,
Right.
who has the drive, who just wants to get it so bad. And they gave me almost a full ride. I just had to keep a
Still.
2.5. So I was like, how am I going to do this? And I figured it out. I graduated with a 2.51.
He's an overachiever, people.
And I just, I think the biggest thing for me going to school was it was like it broadened my horizons.
Yeah.
Like, growing up in the Bay, all I cared about was Mac Dre and E40 and Keek the Sneak and Too
Right.
Short and Mr. Fab and just local Bay Area. And I just wanted, I wanted to be a local Bay Area rapper.
Right.
And then I moved to New Orleans, and this was like 07 when Lil Wayne was the hottest thing on the planet.
Right.
And like, just, I don't know, just soaking up like the culture of the South and different energy. And in school, it's like, the thing about college is it's every bit as much about like the actual curriculum and being in the class as much as it's about the other kids that are there.
Yeah.
Because every other kid that was in this program was also like a young go-getter trying to
do it.
you know what I mean,
But
trying to
that
get it.
motivates you,
And that
right?
motivates you
Yeah,
because you're
yeah.
around people that have similar perspectives and interests. And
And during this time, you were still creating music, still putting it out.
Yeah. No, I was in the studio.
Okay.
I had it set up in my dorm room, and I would just work.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I wasn't like, I didn't really go out and party much. I would just work.
That's good. So you work hard and you play hard.
Yeah, now I play hard. But in college, now it's like, it's funny. Like, people think like, oh, G must have been like a party kid in school. Like,
Yeah.
like, nah, like,
No.
I stayed in and just nerded out and just made songs.
So if you were being a nerd, what were you talking about? Because normally it's a reflection of your life. So if you're partying, you talk about parties.
I partied a little bit.
Okay, see, stop lying. 'Cause you were talking about, and girls.
Yeah, girls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Those two things
Mm-hmm.
in that order?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so then let's talk about, you talked about Lil Wayne. You opened for Drake?
Yeah.
And how did that happen? Because I know you opened for Lil Wayne too, but
It was
Drake
kind of like
first,
a
right?
under the table, like we snuck onto the tour kind of thing.
How
I don't even
in
think
the
Drake knew I was on
hell?
it. Well, what happened was,
Right.
one of my managers, his name's Jamil.
Okay.
He's Drake's tour manager,
Okay.
and he's been with Drake since day one. So he kind of like just snuck me on there as a favor. And I would perform right after doors open. I wouldn't get paid. I would just be on the show, hella random.
Right.
And they're like, who the hell is this? And I would
How
just
many shows did you do that?
like a dozen. Yeah, but I got to, I came back to school and I'm telling girls like, she's like, oh, where were you? Oh, was on tour with Drake. You know, my buddy Aubrey. I was just on the road.
Right.
You know, it was awesome. So cool. We're real tight. That's my homie.
But then it became legitimate.
Nah,
years
then it
later
became
with Lil
legit.
Wayne, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, it became legit. And now Drake's the homie. He's real cool.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about your look. Someone commented that you look like James Dean.
Yeah.
Would that be?
Was
be
that you?
accurate?
Did you
no,
say that?
no, it didn't. I did not say it.
No.
Stop trying to make me nervous. Look that way.
You making me nervous.
You're cute. Okay, I said it. Okay, sorry. We're doing like a comedy hour up here. I don't even know what's going on. Okay.
We could do that.
But talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I don't know.
I heard you say
I
that.
just woke up like this.
Right, with your hair slicked back, perfect.
You know what? But really though, like all
What?
jokes aside, like I really just like my hair, like it doesn't move. It's just always slick, just whoop, always slick. They're like, man, like I don't know. I just
You're not gonna comment on it, basically.
Nah, I mean, here's the whole thing. Like people talk about it, but it's weird. It's like I don't really like. It's real like simple.
Yeah.
I pretty much wear the same thing every day.
All black.
Yeah, it's all black. I just feel comfortable wearing all black. Like days I try to put on like a colored shirt, I start spilling stuff and my whole day goes wrong and I just feel like nervous and weird and let me just put on what I feel comfortable in.
All black.
Yeah, and then I'm smooth, and then I'm cool for the rest of the day. Just
Oh
Mr.
my
Cool
God.
Guy.
Yeah. So Elvis or James Dean, you guys could pick whoever, whichever. Yeah.
Actually, I'm about to start doing movies.
Are you really? No.
Yeah, I
are you
wanna be a movie
serious,
star.
or are you?
Yeah, and you want to know my name? Because I can't be in a movie
Here
like
we go.
coming this summer to
Here we
theaters
go.
starring Eazy.
Right.
My movie name? You want to know?
Is you're not gonna go by Gerald?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Somebody give him a rim shot over there. See, that's the
Ba-dum.
reason why these drums are over here. Leonardo DiCaprio. I can't even
Yeah.
say it. That's no.
Coming to theaters near you
I think
this
you
summer.
do want. No, hold on. I think you want to be an anchor for real.
I could be an anchor. I could do anything for real.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I could be president. I could be a doctor. I could have been Ronaldo. I could have played soccer. You feel me?
Okay, but do you really want to go into movies though? Because
No, I definitely do want to do movies. Cause
Okay.
I mean, why not?
Why
I want to
not?
be a star.
Right. You are a star.
I don't think I can act though.
I think you're doing a good job right now.
They'd be like, man, look at this loser. He can't even act, man.
It's like you're in a comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about producing as well as writing.
Yeah.
And you do everything, and it's smart.
I do everything, baby. Everything.
Stop it! No.
I think. Here's the thing.
You got the guys back there howling.
I started
on,
making
people.
beats before
Okay.
I started rapping.
Okay.
Well, it was around the same time. But anyway, I feel like I guess I'm lucky in a sense that having my hand in all these different things, like from the album art. Like I used to design on my own merch. I've always been into design. I've been obviously production, the whole rapping, engineering, like mixing. I used to mix on my own records. But having my hand in all these things gives me like I know how I want my stuff to sound.
Okay.
Or I know what I want, like my album art or a flyer or some merch to look like. Everybody doesn't know, you
Yeah.
know? And if you don't have a background in producing, it's tough to be in a room with somebody and say like, yo, like, let's like swap out that snare for another one. I don't really like the way that sounds. Or can we add like a sub bass that follows the root like this or whatever? Or let's put some pads behind these chords. Or like let's add like a high lead synth in this part to give it some melodic. Like you don't know like the
Right.
verbiage or the tools or whatever. And I know how I'm very particular.
Yeah.
So having my hand in all of that gives me a chance to make everything exactly how I want it to be.
But do you
And-
work with a team at times?
Yeah,
Because-
no,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
And I think ultimately that's how you do great things because you can't do it all on your own.
Right.
You just can't. And even Kanye will talk about that. And it's true. It's like, all right, I know this much about design, but the kid that we have on our team, shouts out the young type god John Leewag.
Okay.
He did all the album art like layout and type and stuff, and he does all my flyers. Like he's way better than me at that world. Like we both get it,
Yeah.
but he's better at executing it. So I can tell him like, here's what I'm thinking of, and he'll knock it out the park. Versus what would have took me longer to
Sure.
do weaker.
What-
So
call
and then
yourself
on
weak.
production, on this album, I started working with my homie Christoph Anderson,
Okay.
and it was the same kind of thing. It was like I I don't really know how to play piano.
Okay.
He does. So if I would say like, yo, let's, you know what I mean, like some chords like this, blah, 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 he'd have it done in 10 seconds. So it's just like working with people that know more in that field, you can do better things working with others sometimes. You
So
know?
it's like you set the bar a certain place because you did it all yourself.
Yeah.
And then now you brought these people in that are at that level.
And that
but
bar is
beyond.
high. We accept no bullshit.
Okay. None. No,
Yeah.
so then you bring the people in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's just about, finding great people to work with,
Right.
you know.
But trusting them too because you,
You
don't
gotta
want to
trust
mess
them
up your
some.
image.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're in control of all of this. No one's coming in and saying, I
Nah, I
want
don't
to
have
style
no
you. I
stylist.
want to do. No?
Nah, no stylist.
You go shopping on your own?
Yeah. I pick out black jeans on my own.
Black shirts, black jackets.
I think I deserve an award.
I think you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to, I had some people that are going to ask questions. Did you come up with one?
Are we done already?
No, we're not. This is our deal.
Okay.
We weave in and out.
Okay,
in
cool,
and out
cool,
like that.
cool.
We're going to
You
play
need a, you need a
101.
minute? Okay. Where are we going?
Never has this happened to me in my interviewing history.
You never met anybody like me.
I know, so
baby.
I'm going to get a little closer and make you nervous.
Okay, let's do it.
This is what happens. So, Gerald.
So we're gonna tell them our plans.
Yeah, we are.
We plan to be engaged. I just proposed to her before we came out here, and I decided that now would be a good time to announce this news to y'all.
But where's my ring?
Well, I'm working on that. They had a vending machine, but it was broken. I couldn't get it out of it.
See, he thinks he's so funny, but he's not.
I'm pretty funny.
Okay. He is funny. But I think I want to open it up. Is that okay?
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Jeez.
I'm tired of talking to you. Let's
I
talk
mean,
to y'all.
Easy. Jeez. Okay. You have a question? Oh, Paige.
You're on the spot. What's cracking? Hi. Wow. My favorite, well, you got to understand how much it meant to me to hear E40's voice on my song. Like, when I got that verse from him, I was probably more hyped that day than I ever been in life. Like, that's like a little kid getting like a bike for Christmas or something. That's like the craziest idea you could ever imagine is like him on that song. And even after we had talked and he told me, like, yo, I love that song. Like, I'm gonna do my verse tonight. We can shoot the video tomorrow. You're telling stories on there, player. I love that song. I'm tripping, but I'm still like, yeah, like what if he doesn't do it or just like, you know what I mean? So when he actually did it, it was real. I got the files like in my email and heard it. I just lost my mind. Yeah. Oh, and who I would like to work with, Drake.
In the studio and not like sneaking your way on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to get you back. You're talking about bubblegum machine. Dang.
The lights are too bright. You can't throw shade on me, baby.
Oh, you have been practicing these lines, haven't you?
Nah, baby. It's right off the top of the dome. Right here. What's up?
Wow. We're going to take it over here. Do you have a question?
You right here in the stripes. What's up? What do you want to talk about?
So cutie pie. Her name is Ashley.
You're on the spot. What's up, Ashley?
She wants to know if she can have a hug. Come here, Ashley. Come here. Right? Ashley, do you know how long it took me to get one of those? Kidding. So anyone else? Does anyone else have a question? Oh, we have two. We have a couple
What's
now.
up? You just whisper something to her. You guys, me. What's up? Yeah.
Doing what? He just spent like 15 minutes talking about hard work. Because Miley getting you famous for what? But doing what? Think about that. We're going to go to the next person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Nah, I mean, like my mom's would play a lot of that stuff just around the house, and I've always been into it, like, and it clicked for me once. I think I was listening to. We were on a long drive, and everybody's iPod gets exhausted on these drives. Like we've listened to everybody's phone a million times, like every song that's on it. And we were just on Pandora or something, listening to hella oldies. And Run Around Sue came on, and it clicked because it was like, this is a perfect song to flip. And yeah, it was unexpected, but like the way my brain works, I hear rhythms that like, so when it comes on you know what I mean? Like I was like, that clicked for me. That sounded like Power, which was out at the time by Kanye. It had the same like clap, like rhythm or whatever. And I heard that, and I was like, I could chop these 4 bars and then just halftime the drums, and then reapproach the chorus, do something similar in the same concept, and this like something that comes from this world rhythmically fits in what's contemporary right now. And it was just a way to reinterpret something that's classic, but that having a background in production and doing, you know, making my own beats for so long, I guess that's the way I hear stuff. And yeah, it was just like I don't know. And I'm also all about the idea of bringing together worlds you would never expect could sit together, like creating this like contrast out of that. And you know, that's just like you wouldn't see that coming, and but it blended perfectly. So, thank you.
And you have a question?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be out there. No J. Cole, no Wu Tang.
He was
You
gonna
gotta
ask you
check out
another
that show.
question, but I
And
don't
Danny
know if you
Brown.
No, he's
And
gonna
Big
say,
Frida. Big
"You
Frida
wanna
is crazy.
smoke?"
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. Are you going? You know about I Am Sue? That's crazy. I mess with you. Sorry, bro. I'm kicking it with her at the festival. Hey, that's amazing.
That love
That's him
music.
going dumb, just gigging like. That's amazing. Wow.
Throwing what?
Wow. Hey, Cool John is the man. Can we take a Cool John photo after this? A Cool John photo? Wow, man.
I love
Now
you.
Cool John is a real legend.
But
He's
who
a real
knew?
legend for real. And he's a real good dude too. Like so genuine. All of those guys. Like man.
Did you send your
Wow.
baby's
Why
daddy?
am I not getting this on video to send to
Oh
him?
my goodness! What is your name?
That was amazing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Nah, it's great. What's amazing is like you have this generation of us. Yeah.
She wants to hang
My
out with your
mom's is a
mom.
real
She
one.
wants to smoke with your mom. Everybody
not-
in this room, stop trying to smoke with people.
Sue and all those guys like Jay Ant, like that's crazy. That's crazy. But I feel like it's a generation of us, cause we're all like basically the same age, that we grew up on an era in the mid 2000s of Bay Area music when the hyphy movement was crazy and Tell Me When to Go was the biggest song in our world, and you had groups like the Pack, the Team, the Federation. You had Mr. Fab, Keep the Sneak, and the Bay was like that was a crazy time, and we saw people like the Pack, who I'd grown up with, go from being in class sitting next to me to being on MTV. And it was like an inspiring time to feel like you could do anything and you could take this to the moon. And now you have all of us that grew up on that era, and now it's our turn. You know, like we're the ones trying to bring the Bay to the next level and try to just, you know, so it's exciting. Trying to get it. Yeah.
I love her. Who knew? I talked to you
Who
earlier.
knew?
You wasn't
That's
talking about any
amazing.
of that. You weren't saying any of that
I am
stuff.
all about you, baby.
Right.
I'm sorry, we might have to hold off this marriage.
It's cool. Go ahead.
I done fell in love right now.
I know.
I mean, I know I'm gonna have to snatch you away from Cool John, but I'm kind of good at that. So.
Oh, taking other people's girls. It's all about the cookies. Wow. We're gonna leave that
You
right
make cookies.
there.
My mom's makes some cookies too. They're amazing. I had took them on this flight. I was perfect. It was from LA to London. I was coming down right when we landed. So then she had gave me. I had took 2 of them. The next time I had took some, and it was only New York to London. I forgot we weren't flying LA to London. It's a much shorter flight. It's really only like 4.5 hours. And oh, it was LA to New York. He's right. And oh man, whoa, that was not a long flight. And I had took him about an hour or two into the flight. I was like, oh yeah, these. And we had to land in the morning. It was a red eye, and we had to go straight to Sway to do an interview, and then we had to go to BET to do 106 in Park. And about towards the end of the flight, I was like, I'm not coming down no time soon. And I was like, let me just put the shades on and try to just get through these interviews. Like, they can't tell. I was in there like, yeah.
And how did it go?
Oh, it went amazing.
Okay.
The thing is, when it's showtime, I'm on. It don't matter how tired I am, how high I am, whatever. I put on a show, baby.
Okay, well, let's talk about your album. We talked about, we started, but then kind of went a different direction.
Yeah.
So I did see an interview that you did. You were talking about how you like to tell a story throughout the whole thing. So walk us through that.
Well, I think with an album, it's important to, get like a full perspective on who an artist is.
Yeah.
Like, a mixtape is somewhere you can kind of just like flex and just
It's
big up
fun.
yourself and just talk shit and just, cool guy raps for 15 songs.
Right.
And that's fine. But an album, I feel like should feel, more diverse and show all aspects. So for me, it's important I got the turn up records. I got the lot of that. It's the I Mean It's the just bangers, like.
Right.
And then I got the records like Opportunity Cost or Just Believe, where it's like, all right, like, it's cool. You slick your hair, leather jacket. You'll take my girlfriend. All right, guy, I get it. You're real cool. But it's also important to be like, all right, but you're not that like 24 hours, 7 days a week. Like, where's the realness also? And that's records like that are important to me to show like, like I'm also a real person. Like, I'm just as vulnerable as you. I'm just as afraid of everything, and just like, to show those sides and just the realness.
Well, I listened to it, like I said, from the beginning to the end, and it felt reflective.
Yeah.
Like as if you were looking back on your life writing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if that was the case or not, but
and just, a lot
like
of it,
girls.
These things happen is kind of like the title. That's what it means. It's reflecting on it. Like, fuck you want me to say, these things happen. Like, it's like, it's chronicling this crazy chapter I'm in right now.
Yeah.
The girls,
No,
the,
but that
the
you
whiskey
actually care, not just.
Yeah.
There are a couple of records on there.
Yeah,
that you
but it's important. Like, you can't just have one night stand songs. You can't just have love songs because that'd be boring. You can't, like
just have party
a
records.
happy love song is kind of corny to me, but like, a song like Downtown Love,
Right.
is more complicated, and that's what I like to write about. And and you can't just have party songs. It's like, who else are you?
Right. Or you can, but then you'll be in and out.
Yeah.
So then how do you think, because we had actually E40 at Summer Jam for our classic Summer Jam. Yeah.
Ooh.
And I asked him about like longevity and, staying in the game. Even sometimes when you're not high, you're still there. He's still on other records and making music. So how do you see yourself like trying to weave and do that? Because you have been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, I want to be
people
like
don't
him.
know. Yeah.
Truth be told, there's E40 and Jay-Z.
Yeah, your heroes.
Like for real, like E40. I remember I was on the phone with him trying to get him to come to the Frisco show because I wanted to bring him out to do Far Alone.
Okay.
And he was like, man, I got 25 years on you, player. I'm an old man. It's Memorial Day weekend. I got a barbecue with the family tomorrow. I can't do that. And I was like, man, if you get a change of heart, just let me know. He called back about an hour later. He's like, oh yeah, what time the show is? All right, I'm gonna come mess with you. And but just knowing how to pace yourself and stay grounded and work hard. Like E40, like he just put out a triple album.
Right.
Like what? That's like 45 songs.
Right.
Like,
Just
how
work,
did he 40?
just
He just
grind it.
works.
Yeah.
And I met KUBE, and that's not even like a let me flex and sound cool. I met KUBE. Like there's actually a point to bringing this up.
Okay, because it did kind of sound.
It did sound corny. I just
Okay.
had to preface it with that before I tell the story. And it was right when he had first come back before he hurt himself again.
Okay.
And I seen him play, and I was like, yo, like, congrats, like that, on making it through the physical therapy and all
Sure.
that recovering, because that's hard. Like, it doesn't just heal itself necessarily. It's like
You
a
have
whole
to
lot of
work.
work to get back. And somebody as old as him, he could have just called it. And I was just saying, like, as a huge fan, you know, congrats and like thank you for working so hard.
Yeah.
It's good for basketball. And he says, and it's just stuck with me. He's like, what else I'm gonna do? Like, all I know how to do is work hard. Like, what, I'm gonna just call it a day and just become something I'm not? Like, that's all I know how to do. And I just think there's certain people that have a perspective on the world that wake up every day trying to get it.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that are just, complacent or whatever. Not
They
necessarily.
want it given to them.
Yeah, they expect, like, if I just sit here, maybe it'll land on my lap if I
Right.
wait long enough.
Right.
And there's some people that just get it. And that's, what I see in E40 is somebody who's just always driven to continue to work hard and not just get comfortable and stop. And it's really just like, a philosophy, like how you view the world.
Right. So you have that drive.
Hell yeah.
Do
You
you
can't
sleep?
tell me no. You can't tell me no. I'm going to get it straight
Just
up.
go get it.
Yeah.
I will say once I talked, this is a long time ago, to Ryan Seacrest, and this was before he, started doing everything that he's doing now. But he said that he would sleep by his phone near his head, in the bed, and he would just wake up and start,
I sleep
gotta
with
do
my
this,
pistol
like
under
this.
my pillow because I'm a goon.
I'm being
I'm
serious
not a
here.
goon.
No,
Yeah.
but tajust like taking notes and
Yeah.
just always never really sleeping or letting that
Because
go.
sometimes you get great ideas when you're asleep. Like, I'll write the coldest songs in my dreams, and then I'll wake up, and I'll be like, I should write that down. I'm tired. Go back to sleep.
No, you
Woke up in the morning like, man, what was that song? That shit was cold. Fuck.
No, but do you think, and this is a question I think for people that everything is instant. We talked about the single and how you have to come out with that, or, you
Yeah.
always have to stay hot, you have to stay relevant. But what about living life to where you have to live so you can write or talk about
Man,
something?
that's so real. I was telling my team that, because in today's world, it's like I'm already working on the next album. That's just how you have to be.
Right.
You can't take days off. But at the same time, I was like, yo, like, can I please get like 2 weeks off or something so I could just go be a normal person and
Right.
live? Like, I haven't woken up in the same bed for more than 2 days in a row in like
Oh,
over a year.
yeah.
No, I mean, I'm like
You're
doing
loving
great.
it.
Don't feel
Yeah.
sorry for me.
But no, the sleep.
Yeah, and I had to tell him, like, yo, like, it's important to balance it, because if your whole lifestyle is just this strange, surreal world where you're constantly traveling and touring and doing all this, then what do you have to talk about? I'm gonna have another album about whiskey and bitches, and it's gonna be like, okay, cool, man. Like, what else? And it's important to just live and just observe and experience and keep that balance to not become a weirdo who's just crazy.
Right. We don't want you to become that person.
Yeah, but you and I are planning our life together,
I
so
don't
that'll give me something to
know,
talk about
though.
on
I
the
mean,
next album.
Because as we're
Are you
sitting
having
here,
second thoughts now?
I am.
But
because-
baby, don't, not now.
Stop it. Okay. Oh, sorry. I got this sign. They told me that I had to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Because it's getting a little too intense.
I know, I'm sad.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'll come back for you.
You will? He's such a liar. A good one, though. All right. So, does anyone have any other quick last question for Eazy? This is great. No? None? Who wants to come to our wedding? None of y'all? Dang. Okay,
So-
we got one person coming.
Oh, was that a question or was that I want to come?
Thank you. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I got this. So, we got to
Man,
go.
I said it's a wrap.
Yes.